Is the most impressive thing you've ever done? One evening while having dinner, I noticed my dad looked pale, was weak, and his hands were cold. It was right after the new year, and the weather was still pretty cold, so I felt something was wrong. I asked him, "Didn't you say you felt unwell and went to see the doctor? Didn't the doctor check you?" There was a clinic near our house where my dad always went for headaches and colds, getting injections and medication for years without any issues. My dad said, "I went this afternoon. The doctor checked my blood pressure and said it was very low. He didn't dare treat me and told me to go to the hospital." I asked, "Why didn't you tell me?" He replied, "I felt a bit sleepy when I got back, so I sat in the living room and fell asleep until you called me for dinner. I immediately lost my appetite. I shouted for my brother to get dressed while I called for a car to go to the hospital. On the way, I was terrified my dad would fall asleep, so we kept talking to him, but his responses were weak. The driver also sensed something was wrong and drove very fast. We arrived at the hospital quickly, with my brother and I supporting my dad from both sides. Just as we reached the entrance, my dad collapsed. My mind went blank as I held him and desperately shouted for the doctor. The doctors immediately brought a stretcher and rushed him into the emergency room. My brother